This is Newcap News with Nerman Isab.
Good evening. Health officials are reminding Albertans to get vaccinated once again, this time for measles. Now, several cases have been popping up across the country, including Calgary and Edmonton. Now, Anna Stanislaw explains what symptoms to watch out for and why it's important to get vaccinated.
There is no treatment for measles because it's a viral infection, and the treatment, of course, is prevention.
A constant fact officials remind the public of: to get vaccinated. Alberta Health Services says in the early 2000s, the province has seen very low cases, and the ones they did see were often travel-related.
What's happening across Alberta in 2014 is to date, the identification of 9 cases. Now, some of these are travel-related, but the concerning feature is, and specific to the Edmonton case, is that some of these are not travel-related.
Dr. Sikora says the immunization rate in Alberta isn't high enough, adding measles is a vaccine-preventable disease with a vaccine available since the 70s.
It's a plea for all parents to have your have your children immunized. It's quick, it's easy, it's effective.
Some of the symptoms include a high fever of 38.3 degrees Celsius or higher, a cough, runny nose and red eyes, and blotchy red rashes that appear 3 to 7 days after the fever starts. And if you're still unsure on whether to get vaccinated, Dr. Saeed hopes to change that.
There is a misunderstanding in the members of the public that the measles vaccine causes autism. And I think we have not done enough as a medical profession, enough education to say there is no connection.
I'm always actually a nurse, so we have a lot of issues with people with these little rumors about how vaccines are causing diseases and causing it, and it's all garbage. Yeah, no, I'm a firm supporter.
Measles can lead to pneumonia, ear infections, swelling of the brain, and possibly death. Anna Stanislaw, Newcap News.
We're less than 2 months away from the Canadian Cancer Society's annual Relay for Life fundraiser, but organizers and volunteers are already hard at work preparing for another big year. Bart Pediasic reports more on the official relay launch from last night.
2, 1, release!
Hundreds of walkers packed Bud Miller Park during last year's Relay for Life. The 12-hour rally raised more than $260,000 for the Canadian Cancer Society, and this year, organizers hope to capture some of that magic again. Audience members in the lecture theater at Synergy Credit Union sat in silence, listening to stories from cancer survivors during the Relay's official launch ceremony. Former teacher Donna Airy told the audience about her journey after being diagnosed with breast cancer.
It's absolutely devastating when you first hear that word cancer, and at that point I hadn't had anything to do with cancer at all, didn't know much about it. So it was really tough.
Airy says she couldn't have done it without the help of family and friends, and that she's been taking part in the relay for the last 13 years.
They bring awareness about cancer and how we can help to fight cancer, what we can do to make better cancer. The cancer trip may be a little bit easier for those who are going through it.
Going into its 14th year, organizers are hoping for another successful turnout. This May, they hope to raise $300,000, bringing out at least 200 survivors for the walk.
As long as there's survivors out there and there's participants enjoying themselves and the camaraderie, we find as a committee that that's a success. And it's not how many dollars you've raised, it's the friendships that are made.
As for Airy, she is continuing to raise money for the event, saying the amount of community support in the border city is simply amazing.
It's unbelievable. You go to the business and you ask them for something and they say, yeah, I'll give you that, but I'm also going to give you this. I want to do this. It's unbelievable.
This year's Relay for Life takes place in Bud Miller Park on May 30th. For more information and how to register, you can visit the Canadian Cancer Society website at cancer.ca. Bart Pediasic, Newcap News.
Well, those in the Lakeland may be able to use the Beaver River Trestle later this year if things go as planned. Now, MLA Jenny Alescu presented the Iron Horse Trail Association with a large donation this morning to help with the repairs on the popular path. Fraser Snowden has more.
The Alberta government approved a CFAP grant of $125,000 for the bridge restoration. This will go towards the $1.25 million price tag to repair it after it was set on fire more than a year ago.
Oh, it's really exciting. It's a major step towards our fundraising goal. So we really appreciate getting the CFEP grant funding from the provincial government.
MLA Genialescu says the PC government has worked hard to be able to help out.
So I was happy to be able to find $125,000 from the lotteries, and I am very thankful to Minister Heather Klemchuk that she also believed that this was an excellent project, and we went looking for the money and we found it.
The total raised so far is approximately $565,000 with another $685,000 to go. Price adds that they are well on their way to getting the bridge up and going this year.
We do have our tender documents are prepared and ready to be released, and that'll be done this month. And then once we award the tender, construction can begin in earnest, and we're looking at a time frame of having it completed by the end of October. So that's our goal.
The village of Elk Point also donated $4,000. From the Iron Horse Trail, Fraser Snowden, Newcap News.